All right, here we are. I'm going to go for this a little bit different than what you saw me do yesterday. Just so you have kind of some varying tutorials here. So you can use some kind of combination in between. I think for the most part I used 2 Kingmakers yesterday. You can use dead balls, you can use snowman, you can use roulette balls. And here I'm going to use berserker balls. So 10-ish rings right here. And let's take a look. I'm going to go maybe just a little bit more than 2 on the top spin. Somewhere right around here. And as I mentioned, 10 rings here on my adjustment. With 11th ring there with the great ball. So let's see how this comes in. Of course, with all that offset that I'm using, hopefully with that side spin, kind of offsetting my ball guide and, you know, anticipating the way that it's going to roll out. There you can see I had relatively good distance control there with that shot. And here you can see a dead ball. As I mentioned, there's going to be several ways to go about doing this. If I drive it as far and as good as I just did, I really wouldn't need a berserker ball to get it down to where I just did. However, you know, I have it. And, you know, we're playing for berserkers, so they're easy to replace. Dead balls are less easy to replace. And you can see here, guy even drives it in the rough. So it will be more beneficial for you to have Amazon for this hole if you are going to drive it into the rough. Now what I'm going to do here is pretty much take off some power and just kind of try to thread it up through here, kind of right through the middle. So that's what you're going to see me do. And there's 5 rings, there's 10. They go probably somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 13-ish rings. Because I'm not pulling, you know, straight over. I'm going to try to judge my power based on what I see here. And it's going to be very, very little. So right around here. And hopefully I land kind of real close to this corner. It looks like I did. And then just kind of thread it up through here. Sure enough, there I was able to get it up through here relatively far. You can bring Cataclysm if you absolutely have to, but what I'm going to try to do is focus on this hammerhead shot just to kind of use a little bit more precision. Even with a great ball on either side, you know, I have confidence that it's not going to clip the rough. Whereas you can't say that with a Cat 6 or Cat 5. The accuracy is going to be somewhere around 60, 1.8 per ring. And you could end up, you know, putting yourself in a little bit harder of a territory. So let's take a look here. I'm going to, oh, it's 16.1 again. So let's take a look. We're not even towards the max club. Now, you guys have already seen me do the front spin shot. So what I'm going to do here is a little bit different. Thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 9 or 9-ish rings, 8 point some. And we're going to go for a backspin approach. So here you can see how I'm lining up. I'm going to go just a little bit lighter than 9. Caught a great ball. Oh. So it looks like, you know, there you can see that it kind of barely gently came back. Kind of the longer you land behind there, the more that it does come back. So you can see I almost kind of got it on side of the hole. Had I not been running out of time, you know, I would have probably, got a little bit better attempt, but you could see it, I was kind of pulling back here. It probably required somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 8.5 in that situation. And I pulled very close to 9. And you can see that it really didn't quite get behind there. Keep in mind that you're going to have to do some kind of offset though. So that's basically what I was doing, is I was kind of starting off to the side and left of the hole, and in hopes that after I play the correct number of rings, which looks like it was just a hair too much, that ball guide expands out a little bit, gets behind the hole, and then backs up into it. So here you can see, I gave it still a good attempt, even with the overcorrection that I did. And, no reason that you guys can't get that one to drop, hopefully, for your eagle. So good luck with that hole. Any one of those pitch methods that I use there will be beneficial. If you're going to go for the layup like I was doing yesterday I was able to get that one with the claw, you might want to have a kingmaker or a dead ball for that. It's going to be much harder to make that shot. So I wanted to kind of just put out a different perspective here and, give you some ideas as to, ways to play the holes. So good luck, and I'll see you guys on the next one.